there are a few things I like better than the lovely folks at Newsmax or OAN attacking Fox News. I'm a big fan. I mean, of all the kind of, rolling left behind BS of the Trump, second dumping that they're, when they're expecting him to come back and seize the day in between, when the any day now moments that they have about Trump, and his resurging stuff. That they've been eating each other alive, and I have to admit, I'm enjoying this one thoroughly. The name of this one, author, which is usually a lot of these places say report. It's interesting that Newsmax says author, which means they're staying away from the word report. Maybe because their fans don't believe reporters or something. Anyways, or they don't want to say that it's, it's a book, take it or leave it. I mean, books, right? Fox News gleefully brought down Trump. Newsmax panel reaction. So there's a few of these folks sitting around. I'm very excited to see what they have to do. By the way, no word on whether or not this guy is actually a human. I'm in the uncanny valley with his face right now. I'm not. He looks like one of these things that the. Why is this all bright? It should be a little darker than that, but I know it's a little shiny. It's over. Oh, it's over here. That one got tilted. I see. Somebody moved my light. Somebody bouncing around. Hey, there we go. That's a little better. Now, these folks, we love us some the Five when they get on a tear and are convinced they have some worth in the world. And I'm excited to see what Newsmax's version, of
Turning
these.
now to this, author Michael Wolff claiming in his new.
By the way, Michael Wolff's book, shits Trump a new one. And everything else in this book points to the fact that Trump is a complete lunatic. You wouldn't trust him to give your family a ride home. You wouldn't lend him your car. He's a nightmare person to be around. He's got a short fuse and bad impulse control. And yet, they ignore all those parts of the book. And now they're all in on, but that part about Fox, that part.
New book, Landslide, that Fox
Right down.
News gleefully brought down Donald Trump.
And there's so much to their Newsmax. And look, this is from their article. They've named it's clip this. And then this is at the top of this thing. This is the name of the article they put up. Fox News gleefully shockingly calling putting in Donald Trump's re-election chances. No. The voters of the country put an end to Donald Trump's re-election chances. And it's re-election. All right. I need to, let's see. Yeah, we'll jump into this. Hold on a second. Okay.
Fox News took glee in shockingly calling Arizona for Joe Biden before any major network, putting an end to Donald Trump's re-election chances. Former President Trump even tweeted about the situation at the time, saying, quote, "The biggest difference between the 2016 election and 2020 was Fox News." So let's bring in our panel for their thoughts on
that, and you won the first one, you lost the second one. That's a huge difference.
all of this. All right, I want to start off with you, AJ. Kind of an interesting take, sort of a broadside against a cable news behemoth.
Yes,
Yeah.
and this was an unfortunate development, even during the election when Fox News was calling states before even CNN or MSNBC in favor of Biden, and they hadn't even confirmed the count. But I think what we're seeing is
No one confirms the count. They're getting the loose numbers in from the state, and they're looking at the volume. Never mind. Let them eat them.
the takeover that happened with Rupert Murdoch's sons, who are not really conservatives and are more interested in playing nice with the media establishment. And so it's taken a pivot.
Yeah, that's when I think of these five folks that are on Fox still, I think, you know, they're more interested in playing nice with the media establishment.
And who it's
Is there a reason that Flashdance Gentlemen's Club sign is right under Tucker? Is there a reason? Huh, I don't know.
audience is and how it's in its commitment to truth. You know, it used to be that you could tune into Fox and see something that you wouldn't on any other network. You'd be able to see
Yes, it was called bullshit.
the truth, and so we have to actually hold them accountable that your audience is still conservative and they want to know what's the reality of things. They don't want your spin and they don't want your bias, and playing nice with the media establishment is not worth it.
I don't know what playing nice with the media establishment part is. It's just they want to be invited to the parties, so they threw Trump under the bus just so they could go to all the right hangouts.
Stacey, how surprising is this really? And we did learn that Lackland.
By the way, that chair that she's sitting in looks like she's in the roadshow for This Is Us, or I mean, Get Out, and she's about to be hypnotized. Don't drink the tea. Don't do it. Look at the back on that chair. Like, that is some serious, like, what will hide the piles of laundry? I'm for it. People need to learn that lesson.
Murdoch and his wife did contribute some $2 million to Senate Democrats, and I believe to the Biden campaign, to the Buttigieg campaign, that there has been a bit of a change over at Fox.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I look at it from the holistic viewpoint, which is
She's a faith healer. That's why.
I wasn't very happy with the coverage on election night, but they still have Tucker Carlson, who is very conservative, and he does actually take on all of the tough issues from the vaccine.
Yes, but does he ever do his show from inside a giant foam clam? Sorry.
To the deep state, to
the deep state.
The fact that he's so good at taking down the establishment that he is being surveilled by the NSA.
So he's so good at taking down the establishment. Wait, who just left the government? Trump and all his people. So they were the establishment. So that's the establishment he took down. Okay.
I take a holistic approach.
The chair looks like an old Doctor Who prop.
At it. Hannity is still there. They still have.
Well, I mean, he's physically there, but is he really there?
Some very strong conservative voices, Gutfeld. So I
Gutfeld. Yeah, you always got him in your hip pocket.
I want more options, not less. It disturbs me that we have MSNBC, CNN, NBC, and then all of the local channels. They're all left-leaning.
Sorry, all local channels are left-leaning? Have you watched local channels?
And then you
she's talking about the Sinclair media. They're totally left-leaning.
Only have OAN and Newsmax and Fox on the right.
Yeah.
And those, I mean, obviously.
Well, and obviously, don't leave out InfoWars. By the way, infotainmentwars.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, and all that kind of stuff. There's that part. Hold on. This guy and this guy. There you go. That should do it.
See the ratings.
Oh, thank you, Melissa.
Juggernaut has been Fox, and now Newsmax is really, coming on strong.
Has someone told Strong this? Does he know to buy an umbrella?
I want to see 4 or 5 really huge conservative networks, because that would reflect an audience in the United States
that isn't there. It's almost as if you're a political minority, and therefore you don't warrant of said volume. That maybe the whole idea of the silent majority idea, or the the moral majority idea, is all ironic titling.
That has critical mass.
She's sitting on a dentist parade float. Yes, she was Miss Mueller 2017, and they let her keep the chair. Sorry, hold on. What? So let's see. Someone was saying, "How's your new setup? You are much bigger on the screen, so I now have to wear my glasses to watch the show. Woe is me." Oh no. I made myself slightly bigger in the frame just because it's my show.
So we have to do more on the ground. Of course, I'm interested in what.
Yeah, don't say moron and then cut to him. She said moron. That's their cue to cut to Trump.
People do on television, but my main
was he talking to the NRA?
concern is what Americans are doing on the ground to spread the conservative message, to talk about our Judeo-Christian founding, to help each other. And
Our Judeo-Christian oh, you mean because a lot of the founding fathers were deists, and Thomas Jefferson removed the miracles from his copy of the Bible and had a copy of the Quran as well, and viewed himself as, many of them being Masons, by the way, believe that everyone is entitled to their own unique mistake, and there is no direct route to God, and most of your entrance into heaven is based on your behavior during your life. You mean like that? I'm kidding. Sorry, I was fucking around.
And to create more community and less division, because the left is actually creating a ton of division, and they want to bring that same division from their side to the right. And we are
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the squad to all switch parties, bringing their division. Thanks, Rachel. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, it's a little fluffy. It's much clearer when I'm not wearing a dark shirt. You can see it it's down to here. Look at that. It's happening.
We are usually much happier, much better looking. We have much more. And so I want to focus on maintaining that.
You're usually much happier and much better looking. You've gone through a weird 4-year phase of ugly, mad, and sad, though. So I don't know what could have caused that, but
And growing that part of.
You almost have 70s Ace Frehley hair. Thank you, Incognito. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. It's almost exactly the do I'm going for.
Of our success.
Trey, your thoughts on these comments? It is suggested almost as if this was something from an editorial standpoint. And I was here that night. I was shocked that they called Arizona when they did. We've all been through this before. It was especially with 2000 and how it does change. It can change momentum, particularly for folks that might still be voting.
No one was still voting. No one was still voting at that point, fuckhead. No one. It was like 11 o'clock at night. It was after the polls had closed. People are still voting. If they're still voting, then they are criminals. Why is Newsmax supporting voter fraud?
We've certainly seen a shift in Chris Wallace's attitude. He's certainly gone further to the left in terms.
Has he? Or has the right just drifted off a cliff? And he's just stayed where he was, and he just looks more left because you're a goddamn lunatic.
In terms of the way that he's treating.
Hal will have wizard length hair soon. He's so mad. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I will definitely, when it goes completely white, I will just let it go and just be, Hal the Silver or whatever.
The Biden administration. Your comments on this?
Yeah, let me set you up with what I need you to say, and then you just go ahead and say what I said is what you need to say.
Yeah, I think that you can look at this from an editorial perspective and then broaden it out to whatever kind of business model some may be.
But the question is Trey Radel the host of the Trey Radel show? Inquiring minds want to know. Radel.
Trying there at Fox. Let's look at the editorial. I completely agree with Stacey that.
Well, yeah, because you have to, because nobody can disagree on these shows. If you do, you have to get up and walk out, I think.
Look, there's some great talent on Fox that.
Yeah, and Trey Radel would rather be on Fox, so he's not going to shit where he wants to eat.
That speaks the truth nightly. But we're looking right now at the newsroom and who was making decisions that election night.
Yeah,
and
the voter, just in case you were wondering.
Not revealing sources, I will tell you that people that I spoke with that next day were very angry. Insiders at Fox were furious with Fox for making that call that
so
early and question it still today. There's still anger and fallout.
I'm still pissed.
Look at the business side of it, though. I do think that things have changed since the Murdoch sons began to get involved a lot more. And those are valid questions, too, who they're giving money to, what their political leanings are, if they're running this from the top down.
You guys know.
What are you thinking? Do you want to go into an oversaturated market with?
Yeah, I mean, how thin can you spread the actual working people, dollar, when you can just kind of uniformly go for the broke psycho redneck dollar, milk the shit out of that? If we learn nothing from Trump, sorry, this is just wrong.
center left or left leaning publications, websites, and news channels,
Right, sure.
because there's plenty of it.
Yeah, and I don't think that, maybe they don't care because they do have a political, a particular political leaning. Some of the Murdoch children. I, for one, am very honored to that. In here, where this is independent media. Nobody calls and tells me, well, you can't be pro-life and pro-faith and pro-freedom on the air.
Hey, asshat, you were hired because nothing you ever say is going to surprise your boss. There's a lot of that at Fox News. They say this shit all the time too. I'm never told by there's no editorial control over what I say on my show. Yeah, because they hired you because you're a fucking lunatic. They can count on you. You are a hammer. You're going to think everything looks like a nail. You're on autopilot. There is no point where you're going to have a new idea or realize, or even an introspective moment where you go, yeah, maybe I wasn't all, completely right on that topic. You're never going to have that idea. You're never going to go, I'm allowed, my editorial guys are going to love this. I'm pro-life, and they hired me because I'm pro-life. I'm very pro-life, and that's why I believe in the child tax credit, and why I believe in making sure that there's plenty of Planned Parenthoods so that women who are having children get all the prenatal and postnatal care that they need to survive that, so that they can have more babies even if they want to, and that we make sure that no matter what level of economic level a child is born into, whatever class they're born into, that we can guarantee that they will get at least 2 square meals a day while they're at school, and that are proper and nutritious and have value. And then, of course, make sure that they have after school, stuff to do, just in case their parents aren't the greatest people in the world. They have something else to do, so that we can, as a society, watch out for the kids that are born into negative circumstances. That seems like a pro-life thing. My boss won't care if I say that. What do you mean I'm fired?
So thank you, panel, for those comments on this. Very provocative new book. Stand by. We're going to be coming right back to you. Newsmax TV has a great app, by the way, and you can use it.
No, it doesn't. It's a terrible app.
To watch us anywhere. Just
as you're crossing the street blindly on your phone watching Newsmax. Download
the free app on your.
So you just got hit by a bus being driven by Don Lemon, actually, of all people.
That's a great app, by the way, and
watch
you can use it to watch us anywhere. Just download the free app on your iPhone.
No paywall.
Your Android phone.
No
and
cable
start
subscription.
Watching. If you want
to. That's a picture of my sister dying in traffic.
Watch Fox or CNN.
That's such a good app. That is a good app. Anybody want to pull on this? This is a fabulous app.
Or MSNBC.
It's got Sean Spicer on it. Oh, you had me till then. And an old picture of Sean Spicer.